All right, guys, we're back again. Hacking Marketing episode 2. I got some good feedback from the last one. Some people from Twitter, some people from Instagram enjoy these sort of videos and learning about marketing, because although we're looking at crypto projects here, because that's what my agency is moving into, or has moved into, I should say, you can still learn a lot if you're in some sort of other agency, right, from this kind of stuff, because there's not many people out there that will actually share what makes videos go viral, what's good about social media, what you need to have in your social media, whatever it might be. Now, I'm after the gym, so I'm all sweaty, as you can see, and my mind is all over the place currently. But we're going to try and focus in on here, on what we're doing here, and hopefully you guys learn a lot about marketing through this, and together we can hack marketing. If you have any questions, you can always message me on Instagram, Jonathan Posaitis. There should be a link down below, and if not, you can also go through Tencent.net. It's where our marketing firm displays what we do, essentially, put it that way. So, all right, so we'll start. So here we have, I'm just kidding, but we're gonna start with crypto again. Let me see if I can pull up my crypto notes. Yeah, we got this here. I'll pull that up there. All right, great. Fantastic. All right, let's have this here just in case. Right, so crypto, let's go again and look at some of these crypto pages. So we got these blah, blah, blah. Have we looked at this one? All right, so this is 1 million followers, not bad. Let's try and put this one in. What's this called? Intelligent cryptocurrency, okay. Right, and let's see. Okay, what do they have? So they've got a bunch of reels. Obviously, that's the growth strategy right now. If you don't know, and you should know this, but if you don't, the way to grow on social media is through short form content. There is nothing like short form content that can actually blow up your page, right? Nothing. And I mean, like, even YouTube long form doesn't do as well. Images don't do as well. Just stories, anything like that, engagement, nothing compares to reels, because reels are what keep people on the apps. Absolutely everyone is scrolling on their phone, right? And they're scrolling reels. They're usually not scrolling their timeline anymore. If you've ever noticed, right? If you go to something like Instagram, their feed, nobody really looks at their feed for entertainment. They go to the Reels section, right? So Instagram, TikTok, all these apps, right? Facebook, whatever it might be, they're all pushing short form content. They want everyone making short form content. They want the best short form content on their apps, right? So you have a chance when you make a short form clip, you have a chance for that video to go viral and to go extremely viral, right? So you want to capitalize on this, and you want to get good at creating short form content, whatever that might be, whether you're a business, whether you're a personal brand, or whether, in our case, like what we're doing now, we're working with tech and finance companies, in particular cryptocurrency companies. So if you're one of these things, you have to know that reels are the number one way to go viral, and you have to know how to make them, or you have to hire someone like a professional team like ours that can actually make these sort of reels that go viral for you, right? So let's have a look at this page. So yes, as I said, they're very reels heavy, and this is fantastic. And as you can see, look, 20,000 views, 20,000 views, 95,000 views, and this is what happens with reels that a lot of people don't know. They think that just because their first reel doesn't get 1,000 views or 100 views or whatever it might be, that it's over, right? Now, your account is kind of messed up, right? It's not going to grow if your first maybe 25 reels have almost no views, like 0, 5, 10, like that kind of thing, right? And you put in a lot of effort, and you've known that a similar reel objectively has gone viral somewhere else, then that account is probably, there's something messed up with it, right? Because these companies are massive. I mean, I don't know how many millions of accounts get created all the time, but they had these glitches and things like that, and you can't blame yourself for that, right? So you have to sort of create a new account and start there. However, just because your first one doesn't go viral does not mean that your next one won't. You know what I mean? You can have 5 videos, your first 5 videos maybe get 100 views, then your next one will get 1,000 views, then again to 100, and it oscillates up and down, because what you're doing is essentially training the algorithm to know whether you're an account that makes good videos. That's essentially it. Whether people engage with your videos, that means shares, likes, saves, all that kind of stuff, depending on the platform, of course. So it's testing you, and you have to feed it what it wants, right? So I've talked about this before countless times all over social media. So, give it what it wants, it will give you the views. Simple as that. So let's move on. All right. So let's look at some of the better ones, right? I hope I have the sound on here. We'll see. So the good thing here is obviously the emotional music, and which kind of gets you like, what? This is a chart. Why does it have emotional music to it, right? But emotional music is actually a form of like incredible manipulation, right? Because you're making someone feel a certain way, despite perhaps this chart is not supposed to be sentimental in any way, right? But the music makes it sort of emotional, right? So you want to have good music always. Music is always very, very important, right? And this is the beautiful thing about video, and especially short form content. You've got music, you've got the video itself, the moving thing that's happening inside that's captivating, and then you could have overlays like pictures and stuff. So it's a combination of everything, right? It's auditory, it's visual, and then you add in the emotional side of things. You know, you're hitting a bunch of senses at once. So this is great. Balaji, now this is credibility, right? Because I'm pretty sure this is like some sort of VC or founder or something like that, some famous guy on Twitter, I'm pretty sure, right? He's got the blue tick there. People recognize who this guy is. So have this guy here, and then you have this video here of Bitcoin being hitting its all-time highs, right? You know, and people are like, oh wow, look at this, blah, blah. Watch out for those outages, they're gonna act like blah, 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 blah. Now, if I was this page and I was working with this page, what I would do is I would start conversations in the chat. And you can do this with multiple accounts at once. This is a trick no one teaches you, but you start conversations. You could start the conversation with your own account to ask people a question, or you could also use other accounts how to do that, right? So when you work with the proper marketing team, they should have accounts ready to go to engage in conversation on, let's say, a video that you see starts getting a lot more traction than others. Because if you do it on every single video, it's the same account, it's not. People are going to catch on, right? But news sites do this. Everybody on Twitter does this. There's a secondary or third account that will like the post to increase engagement. There's other accounts that will just create controversy in the comments, you know, and you see this a lot in sort of, especially the news cycle. So pay attention to that and you'll know what I mean. All right, let's go. Yeah, so I would be here, I would say something like, will this be you, blah, blah, blah. You know, this is the ideal male performance body or something like that. Or something like, you know, those kind of meme kind of things, like those sayings, I would include that here to sort of start a bit of a conversation or people to like that. I'll post a funny comment because Instagram, a lot of it is about being funny. And that can sometimes be dark humor. That's a massive thing on Instagram right now. Today's the 24th of February. So if you look into it, if you're growing an account, if you use humor in particular, that's going to skyrocket your account quite well, right? It's going to really fucking take off. Now, we've done this so many times. I had one client there, he started a gym account and he was like, oh, you know, do this rep for this. I was like, no. You're on Instagram. You need to be funny. You need to say some things, you know. And essentially we told him the strategy to use. We added in the captions. We told him which videos to copy and which sort of style of videos to make, coach him through the entire thing. And within his first month, he was at 3.5 million views, you know, to a Western audience as well, not just, you know, putting it in front of Indians, let's say, or something like that, you know, putting it in front of people that will actually sort of are more likely to buy, you know, where the GDP is higher. That's what you're aiming to do. So
Bitcoin just in this video, I'm going to share my strategy how anyone can realistically set themselves.
This is likely a YouTube video just put in like this, and again, they've been smart, so they put it as a reel, right? And that's great, but this isn't engaging. You know, most people will not watch it. This should be edited
In this video
to be sort of like a vertical format, right? Larry Fink is always a good thing to put because he's sort of at the end of a lot of controversy, right? That's the CEO of BlackRock, I believe. We've got Vitalik here.
Ethereum is back above $2,500. So in this video,
and they put, you know what they've done? They're quite lazy, so they put the thumbnail, I'm pretty sure. This is the same thumbnail that they use for YouTube, and they put it here, which is fine, you know, but these ones work well, right? Things
Trading
like
without fear is a psychological skill. It is a skill that the professionals have acquired, and they have evolved beyond the typical mindset.
So, you know, we'll make a note here, right? So, good at using sentimental music on their reels. And they're also very good at using what would you call them? Current events. Okay, we got Robert Kiyosaki there. Obviously, see, the thing is with these, this is a bit of a funny thing, but right, a lot of these personalities that you see this guy called, what's his name? Patrick Bet-David, Robert Kiyosaki, Dave Ramsey, the guy that tells you to save all your money or something like that. All these personalities are great for short form content, right? So initially how these, what are they called? Editors and all these account managers started, is they started making these motivational videos, right? But they had to pull the videos from somewhere. So these people who are already sort of viral on social media, on YouTube, people would go to their podcast, cut them up. They were already a recognizable face and blow up their accounts, grow their motivational accounts. So that's why you see a lot of these guys who had previously made a bunch of content get repurposed by people who've never met them, who are not on their payroll, nothing like that, are now making them famous and creating them more and more sort of credibility and things like that, you know? And these are all going to be people who are billionaires in the next couple of years. You know, I'm pretty sure this guy is. I'm pretty sure this guy's going to be there. Dave Ramsey, obviously, you know what I mean? And all these guys sell some sort of info product, I'm pretty sure. There's no way Patrick David doesn't sell some sort of info product. So all these guys know how to capitalize. Now, some of them aren't the best at actually funneling the attention towards them and things like that. But there is a strategy right now that not many people know about, is if you start making a bunch of YouTube content, right? And then get yourself on a bunch of podcasts, which are, some of them are gatekept. I will tell you that for free. But you get yourself on a bunch of podcasts, or you hire a marketing firm like ours or something like that to get you on some podcasts. And then later on, you as a personality for the rest of your life will have a bunch of credibility because of these accounts. And you can hire people to run these accounts for you initially. And once that person becomes like more and more well-known, other people, other accounts who've never met them, who are not on the payroll, are going to start making videos. So that's a strategy that not many people know about. But as you can see, all these guys blowing up like crazy. They're very credible because they made the content early on. So if you're not making content right now in your business, you're missing out on a lot of opportunity, right? As a personal brand as well. You have to be making some sort of content, whatever that might be. Video is the best, the absolute best, having long form video and having a lot of it, right? And having it in good sort of filmed in high quality, mega important. So if you want to blow up on social media and things like that at a later stage, let's say 5 years down the line, you making videos now is a great idea. Do not let anyone tell you, oh, wait for the right moment, things like that. Just start making the videos and you'll see a massive return, right? And then hire yourself a professional marketing firm like Tencent.net. Anyway, let's go. So we've got some meme format is always very smart. Gold, Bitcoin, gold versus Bitcoin, which is better? And this is where like Bitcoin is like, oh, a limited supply, blah, 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 all this kind of fixed supply, all this kind of stuff. And it states the benefit. We don't have to watch the entire video, but you'll see what I mean. Are you sure? Boom. You see what I mean? So it'll just be about benefits, and it's a meme. So memes are incredibly powerful on Instagram, right? Not so much on TikTok, funnily enough, because TikTok is actually less of a funny app than Instagram. Meta's valuation, we can just have a look at Meta's valuation. So Meta market cap. Look at this. Look at this valuation, right? Look at this. From 350, I think, let's do 1 year. Yeah, there you go. $170, right? And look at its valuation now, $483 per share. So, you know, Meta has been extremely smart because what they have done is they have pushed very heavily on Reels, which obviously attracts a lot of people. But what they've also done is they've become sort of less policing than TikTok, because TikTok has become extremely sort of strict with the rules. I mean, I've blown up, I've had accounts at 120K and then strike after strike after strike, you know? And I was like, this is just impossible to make anything at all, like, because they would just ban you for a comment. We were like, click the link in the bio if you want to do this as a comment, and they banned that comment and put a strike on the account. You know what I mean? So TikTok became such a hostile sort of platform for creators. So people went to Instagram, and Instagram, whether they're actually just a worse run company in the sense that their policing is worse, perhaps it is. I think their algorithms are probably worse that way. But they're incredible at just letting people do what they want. And I kind of like that. You know what I mean? And that's why there's so much dark humor on Instagram and things like that. There's a lot more humor in general, right? And so the reels there, people are on Instagram reels, they love it. And it's set up so nicely for people to use them. And it's, you know, it feels like a freedom, a place where you can actually have a bit of freedom, and the comments are all about being funny, and, you know, it's all about being witty and things like that. And that's a platform that will thrive. Now, they can completely mess that up by becoming like a police, sort of like if they start policing the content way too much, I think their valuation is going to go down, because, you know, people are just not going to be using the app as much. And so, of course, advertisers aren't going to be, you know, paying money if the usership is down. So yeah, that's an important thing to sort of consider. This is why I push all my current clients to be like going on Instagram. You know what I mean? You need to be going in on Instagram. You need to be going on Facebook as well. Facebook is a good one, because they're less likely to take down your videos. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's see this one. I don't know who this guy is.
I want to get a second passport. What's the ideal passport to get? If you're wealthy, I would go to Antigua.
The hook was good there, right? So the hook is like, I want to get a second passport, blah, 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 blah. And people are like, whoa, a second passport? Why? And then this guy is like some sort of Fed, I think. And
he put, what, I think $250,000 in property in Antigua, and then you're a citizen, and then you have a passport, and you're from like day 0 to day passport in your pocket, it's like 9 months. I want to get a second.
Okay. Yeah, but you get it. That could have had some music on it, would have done better. If these people were smart, right? If this was a smart account, what they would do is take this video and repost it 2 weeks later, but redo it slightly, right? Because when you have a winner, you need to capitalize on that winner, right? And people don't really understand this, of course, because a lot of people are amateurs in the game, and they've just been doing it for a long time, but they don't really think, right? This needs to go up a second time 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later and get repurposed and redone and things like that. Because maybe it might not get 1.4 million views. It could actually get 3 million, let's say. Or it might get a couple 100,000, right? Maybe it gets 500,000. But that is still better than having 34K. You know, because one viral video is much better than having 10 mediocre videos. It just is, because you can repurpose it and things like that, right? So a lot of people don't think about those things, but here we are. That's why I'm teaching you. All right, hacking marketing. So we're gonna put this down. Should reuse popular clips again. All right, we'll keep it moving. So type in crypto again. What comes up? What comes up? Let's see, crypto per. No. Okay, crypto NXT. Right, beautifully done covers. This is nice. So the Saudis will launch the world's largest crypto exchange. Okay, and then the next thing I guarantee is probably a video. No? Is it?
The news around...
It is. So you put the thumbnail here, essentially, the cover, the first image. It's called a carousel post usually, and usually have a picture, video, some sort of explainer, blah, 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 and then maybe a CTA at the very end. And you can do that with 4 or 5 pictures depending, and you can test these out with your accounts, right, when you're running accounts. But if you're running some sort of informational, if you're running like a business account or like an informational account or something like a motivational account, you can absolutely use this. So this is considered the hook in some sense. You put the famous person here at the front, you put this at the back. This is on Canva. This is extremely simple to make. Extremely simple if you know what you're doing and you know how to use templates and things like that. But
BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF. Now, that's really raised prices.
This is the anticipation of finally licensing a Bitcoin ETF, which I'm not as optimistic will happen overnight, but it does show you that the age of the crypto cowboy, the FTX and the Binance, those days are over. This month, in the next 10 days, they will announce M2 in Abu Dhabi, the largest exchange.
Okay, largest exchange, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and this is great, blah, blah, blah. And is that a pin post? It is a pin post, so it would have been one of their better posts. Okay, swipe.
This crypto trader turned $62 into $2 million in a little over 3 weeks. This was a meme coin created on the Solana blockchain. It's called Silly, and 5 minutes after it opened, the traders...
Okay, now this is a good way of making content actually, right? It's you put yourself in front. This looks like a trader. How a meme coin trader turned 62 into 2 million in 22 days.
This crypto trader.
But that kind of reveals what it is, right? How he did it, blah, blah, blah. I would use something more like I would use something along the lines of man magically, meme coin magically changes man's life, or something like that, or meme coin turns man into millionaire, you know, or whatever the meme coin, maybe it's a dog or something. I'd be like, dog currency makes man millionaire, something like that, right? I'd be like, what the fuck? You know, that kind of thing. So you're aiming for that sort of approach. You're aiming for what the fuck kind of hook, to put it sort of tersely. To be terse. Right, okay, let's keep it moving.
Highest chance of approval for the Ethereum spot ETF is looking like May 23rd of this year.
Get a microphone. Put a microphone in front of you and you got extra credibility. That's another life hack. Look at that, we're gonna put this down, and I might share this page.
Currently,
I might share my pages and my notes publicly. I'll see. Crypto NXT. That's smart. That's a good name. Crypto NXT. Use a microphone for plus 10 credibility, right? And then we're gonna add in a, what's this guy's name? Use famous people on covers of carousel posts, right? You can see how like reverse engineering what people are doing, copying what they're doing, can actually really sort of help you grow in this game, right? So not many people actually sit down and analyze the market and analyze what people are doing well and sort of pick things apart and why is this working and why is that, and then looking at the comments, okay, what are people commenting? Why is this post good? Why is this post bad? And things like that. And that's the difference between someone who's an expert and someone who's an amateur, right? An amateur just wings it, an expert is like looking at what the market is doing, what's currently going viral and things like that. But this is obviously takes years to perfect, and you have to get good at this sort of stuff in order to spot little connections, because you're not going to see the connections initially. You're just going to see like, oh, okay. Like me, I'm looking at the color. Like I'm looking at, okay, this is yellow, right? And this is white. Those colors go perfectly together. It also signifies wealth and things like that, right? I'm looking at the way this guy is portrayed. I'm looking at, okay, clarity probably on Canva, which is a setting, probably got turned up a slight bit here. Okay, what's this? This is, you know, whatever that's, I think that, is that where the Mecca is? I believe it is, right? So something like that. Okay, it's got the white border around it, which gets you a bit of attention. Maybe it has something to do with this. Okay, what are they doing here? You know, how have they done the shadows? Have they put some sort of lighting behind this guy? Okay, they could have put something behind this. You know, things like that. What is this? What is this made on? You know, blah blah blah. All this kind of stuff that we reverse engineer. We take what other people are doing well and we combine everything, right? So we combine thousands of people's worth of like testing and knowledge by looking at what works, combine it together, and then we present it as like a package for our clients and things like that, you know? And so how can you fail like that? You know, if it's worked time and time again and you see the patterns, how can you fail? You know what I mean? It's impossible. So there we go. Okay, let's keep it moving here. Okay, Larry Flink, let's go straight into the reels. Okay, let's see a good reel. Okay, bomb, 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 bomb. These are randos, right? These are like random people. Is there any one person that gets repeated here? I don't think, is this a team of people?
Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said.
Okay, go cook somewhere else. My kitchen's full.
Remember when Solana was at $180 and I told you it's going all the way to $20 and you said, this guy's nuts, he's crazy. He could call Bitcoin once and that's it. And where are we right now? Yes, that's right. And where we're going now, I know it's going to freak you out, but sometimes online, Solana is heading up to $100. Remember when Solana...
Okay, I'm going to give you another marketing tip, right? If you're the type of person that sort of has like an info product, or you're some sort of guru kind of role, you want to be making predictions. And the thing with predictions is that people forget your bad takes, but when you get one prediction right, double down on that, right? And what I mean is, just say, of course I'm the best, I called it, no one else was calling it, everybody was shitting their pants, blah, 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 blah. And you say this is what's going to happen, and it happened, you know? But if you make 100 predictions, 1 or 2 are going to come true. So if those 2 come true, that's it. You're like, oh, okay, of course I know everybody, blah, blah, blah. And you just blast the content showing how you got that prediction right and things like that. And that will obviously get a lot of attention, and people will think you're the next Nostradamus, right? So that's a marketing tip as well. So we're going to be make predictions to be seen as Nostradamus. I don't know what his name is. I don't know how his name is spelled. Never read any of his stuff, but you know what I'm saying. The fortune teller, essentially. Baba Yaga.
Can Solana 25x in this next crypto bull run? In 2021, Solana hit an all-time high of around $250 with a $75 billion market cap and had over 300 million Solana in circulation. Now, since then, the total locked value for Solana...
I can't watch these videos personally, but, you know, you can very much, if you're a project, you can hire people to do this. There's a lot of people who want to make money by just talking in front of the camera, you know, and you can hire people for not that much initially, and you can give them a chance to make these accounts and sort of start going like, okay, this is the price of this, that, and the other. And a lot of these people just build their sort of accounts and personalities and personal brands around crypto and making these like bullshit predictions. But because their viewer doesn't really, how would I put it? They're not a person that's likely going to remember if they made a mistake. So this is great, right? Because you can just blast out a bunch of these, say that this coin is going to this and this, that, and this is the market cap, yada, 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 token unlocks, blah, 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 mixing some bullshit. And there you go. You've got yourself a personal brand, and you're now predicting you're the next big investor, we'll put it that way. So it's not always the best person. It's usually not the best person that gets the most attention. So keep that in mind, right? It's the best marketers. So that's why I highly recommend for people to understand that marketing is the #1 skill, and I highly recommend for people to learn that skill, right? Which is what I'm trying to teach you guys and trying to relay the information, and sort of also, because this is it's not all a selfless act, right? But I'm also trying to show you that what I know is really, really high level compared to what most people know and what most people preach. You know what I mean? Because it's very different when you're actually in the game than when you're sort of just talking about it and telling clients like, oh, yeah, it could be like this and this, that, and the other. But I want to sort of show my expertise and show you how I navigate things. And just, this is purely some research I do. I sit down once a week, twice a week, and I just do a bunch of research and see what has the market changed, how's TikTok, how's Facebook, what's the algo like, what's it promoting now, what's going viral, things like that, what are the popular sounds. We do a bit of research like that, and that's where that's how we are ahead of everybody else. That's why we got billions of views at this stage, right, for social media, all over all the different platforms, right? You want to be the best, you gotta focus in, and you're gonna learn all these things and do this research, right? A lot of this is studying for sure, as well as doing. So yeah, marketing, learn marketing. Marketing is very important. Okay, so this is some crypto trader, blah, blah, blah. This boy, what's his name?
I believe today we're going to finally start seeing what I'm going to call the beginning of the great financial awakening. This
guy's some drug head, isn't he? Isn't he like some scammer? Or maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I wouldn't know.
I believe today we're going to...
Wait, I think BitBoy... Yeah, this guy. I think he's having some like big breakdowns and stuff, and yeah, I think he's like having a big mental sort of breakdown. But I think the good thing about this guy that we can learn from is that he's so resilient. He just doesn't care. He just pushes forward, right? And you can always outrun bad press. And this is another thing that I teach people, is that some clients that I've had before that would get so much attention that they just didn't know what to do with it. They would have to, one guy I had, he had to hire, after 2 months working with us, he had to hire a security guard every time he went out to the nightclub, every time he went to the restaurant, things like that, because of how much attention he was getting. He just couldn't handle it, right? And he was saying some controversial stuff, so some of that did backfire, but that was his decision. He wanted to do it that way. But I told him, I said, all you have to do is make more content and outrun the bad press. That's what you do, you outrun it. And guess what he did? He did exactly that, and he became like the most watched Twitch streamer in Portugal, and things like that. So keep that in mind. Don't let, if you mess up, you have some sort of mistake, don't let that stop you. You want to be pushing constantly. You want to be going forward, right? Forget about the past, outrun it. And I've said that multiple times, and people have taken that advice, and they've now got bigger brands than ever before. So one piece will not destroy you. You know, it's like a basketball game. You're playing a basketball game, but then, you know, you're a professional basketball player, you lose one match, and what, you're going to stop playing basketball all of a sudden? No, of course not. You're going to keep playing, right? You can't just let one game define you. It's the same thing with like a piece of content, or you might have misspoken, something like that. Completely fine. Just keep going, outrun it. Simple as. All right, guys. So today's been a bit more about mindset and things like that, but I still hope you guys are getting a lot of value from this, and obviously let me know what you think. Preferably if you let me know in the comments, that'd be great. Tencent.net, once again, is the #1 marketing firm that you can possibly work with. We're very hands-on. We have a lot of people working on making sure videos go viral, making sure that it's seen by the right audience, all this kind of stuff, making sure that the editing is perfect. We've got quality control teams, we got account managers, we got copywriters, we got editors, everything pretty much, right? The complete social media solution is what we've gone at from the start. And the thing with us, why we moved into crypto, is like initially we were working with personal brands. This is how I know how to edit videos, what fonts to use, and all that kind of stuff, because initially we started with personal brands, and we made so many people blow up on social media, you know. And whether that's actually working with them directly, or sometimes we've been consulting their marketers, the teams behind, because I'll give you a secret as well. There's nobody out there without a marketing team that's blowing up. You just don't do it naturally, you know. You don't just magically, without a marketing team, just become like super famous, essentially, right? There are teams behind all these people, Mr. Beast, all these guys. There's a massive teams, editors, all that kind of stuff, copywriters, scripters, people who will come up with the script, all that kind of stuff. You need a team eventually when you become big, but initially you want to cut your teeth, learn it bit by bit, and then eventually get yourself a marketing team and to just blow up, you know, get leveraged, and essentially just become cross-promoted everywhere, right? And we do a lot of that kind of stuff. So we did all that for these really famous personal brands, and you can check some of them out on the website. And there's also there should be a showcase channel for Telegram as well down below in the description if it's not there. You can just visit at Tencent POW, so proof of work. And what we've done is we've taken all that expertise and skills and connections especially, and we've gone into crypto. And now we've already, within a couple of weeks, within a couple of our first weeks of transitioning over, we got 4 clients already. You know what I mean? So the pipeline is going to be filled. So if you're a crypto founder, or you know someone in crypto, or you have some sort of service to do in crypto or tech or finance, something along those lines, you want to get yourself a marketing team like ours, and you want to speak to us directly, and you want to actually take your project seriously and get it evaluated, or maybe hit your revenue goals. And you're not going to do that by doing it alone. So Tencent.net, and I'll see you guys at another time. Take care.